Welcome to the inaugural class of 2022.
My husband's name, Denny Yasuhara. He was born in Seattle on October 28, 1926.
Denny Yasuhara was adopted by family friends in Bonners Ferry, Idaho, after Denny's mother died when he was an infant. When World War II started, the family business was boycotted, and Denny was ostracized and spit on by his high school classmates. Soon after, the family moved to Spokane, which had a larger Japanese American population. After Denny graduated from Lewis and Clark High School in 1946, he served in the U.S. Army as a combat engineer in Japan. After his time in the service, Denny attended Washington State University, where he joined the boxing team and graduated with a degree in pharmacy. After 6 years, he found his pharmacist job boring, so he decided to get a teaching degree at Gonzaga University. In 1961, Denny began his career at Logan Elementary, teaching math and science and coaching basketball. It was from the basketball court that he spotted his future wife, Thelma. She too was a teacher and basketball coach. Denny and Thelma got married in 1964. In the fall of 1970, Denny was picked for a new teaching opportunity.
We both were selected as teachers to open Garry in 1970, and that's when I first met Denny.
Yasuhara is how we pronounced it, but Mr. Yas is what we called him.
Mr. Yas, it was always Mr. Yas.
He made learning science fun. He made that come alive in a way that hadn't ever happened for me and that stayed with me my whole life.
He was great with the kids. He was slightly gruff, but the kids knew that he really cared about them.
Kind of a hard teacher. He made us work, made us study. I don't think he cut any corners or, tried to make things easy so we would get it.
Then his tests were notorious. They were so difficult.
But he was very demanding. He expected you to do your work. And there was a price to pay if you didn't.
He'd do anything for the kids. He'd buy them clothes and shoes and supplies and everything.
In addition to teaching science, Denny taught other important lessons to his students.
My memory is that he spent lots of time talking to us about being good human beings, about how we treated each other, how we interacted in the classroom. No insulting talk, no nasty talk.
In 1989, after 28 years, Denny retired from teaching, and 100 former students honored him with a retirement party.
On the other side of the coin, he was really big into the Japanese society.
I think people were looking at ways to make things more equitable in Spokane, and I think that's where Denny's passion started with the JACL.
Along with teaching, Denny committed his time to the community, and specifically the Japanese American community. He joined the Japanese American Citizens League and served the JACL for 42 years at the local, district, and national levels.
He got the idea to develop a low-income housing facility for our Issei's, which had lost so much during World War II.
The Issei are first-generation Japanese Americans. In 1973, Denny successfully lobbied Congress for federal funds to build a low-income senior housing project in East Central Spokane called Hifumi-in. Denny also was instrumental with the Oriental Food Booth at the Spokane Interstate Fair.
He did a fantastic job of getting it organized. We funded all our yearly activities with all those funds.
Most of his causes and his activity was geared towards educating the community, the Japanese American community, the Asian American community, and the community at large.
He wanted to make sure that everything and everyone had a fair and equal opportunity.
He was a leader, not just at the school and not just with the boys basketball team. He was a leader for sort of all facets of the community.
Denny was a civil rights activist and advocated for social justice and equality all his life. He took on his alma mater in 1977 and sued Washington State University for discrimination.
He knew the value of what it would mean to the Asian American community to have a recognized Asian American Studies program at your local Washington State University.
So he went down there and they said, well, they could be with the blacks and the Native Americans, but that was not the answer my husband wanted.
He was a leader, he was a role model, but more, he was a fearless advocate for social justice.
But he was always thinking ahead as why can't we make it better? Like the Redress. He was considered the champion of Redress.
After the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941, President Roosevelt signed an executive order resulting in 120,000 Japanese Americans from the West Coast being forcibly removed from their homes and confined to relocation centers. Living in eastern Washington, Denny and his family were spared from internment. Denny spent years fighting for justice in the treatment of Japanese citizens during World War II. He became involved in the creation of the Federal Civil Liberties Act of 1988. The act granted each survivor of the Japanese internment camps redress or reparations of $20,000 and an apology from the government. More than 82,000 people received the money. In 1994, Denny Yasuhara received the Order of the Sacred Treasure from the Emperor of Japan for his contributions promoting ties between the U.S. and Japan and the welfare of the Japanese American community. He was elected president the same year, a post he served for 2 years.
My name is Denny Yasuhara, and I'm the national president of the Japanese American Citizens League.
In another fight for justice, Denny successfully sued the Spokane Democratic Party after an official made a racist comment. When the JACL National Convention was held in San Jose, President Bill Clinton happened to be staying at the same hotel. Denny requested that he make an appearance during the convention, but instead, the Secret Service arranged for Denny to meet privately with the president, where they spoke about anti-Asian violence and immigration bills.
Denny's legacy will go on forever.
Looking back, it's remarkable, all that he gave us.
If he has to sacrifice for the many, then he had no qualms about doing that. He just did it. He did whatever was right, for justice and equality.